Hello everyone, welcome to Career Talk. My name is Anand. One of my friend called me last week. He had 2 job offers in his hand and he wanted my advice in terms of choosing one of those companies as his future employers. So today I'm going to tell some of those things to you which you can use while you are in the interview process to select the best job offer for yourself. But before we go ahead, I would like you to subscribe to the channel if you have not done it already, and also press the bell icon. It will help you get notified as soon as I post any new video. Thank you so much. Now, the first step in selecting a job offer is to find out as much as information as you can about the company. So right from the revenue of the company's history, its CEO, its board members, its culture, all of that information is published on the website. Right? And also in terms of its share value, whether it is going up or down. So this information, which is a high level information, will help you know how solid is this company, whether you are going to join a company which has a strong foundation and a strong market capital, or strong base of customers. So these are the high level things that you need to do. But in the interview process, you need to ask some questions to the interviewer. So this helps you decide your fate, okay? Because the company may be doing good, the company may be a large company, it may have a lot of revenue, a lot of customers, but what about you? What about your role? That will not become clear to you unless you ask some important questions. So here is what you need to do in the interview process. First and the foremost thing that you need to ask the interviewer is whether they are hiring you for a specific project or whether they are hiring you for a pool. Okay, these are two different things. If they are hiring you for a specific project, good, then you need to talk to the hiring manager. But if you are being hired for the pool, then you are being interviewed by a set of people who may not necessarily work with you, or who may not know the exact work that you will need to do. They may have a general idea of the technology set and the skills required, but they may not know about the client, they may not know about the day-to-day work. So if you are being hired for the pool, then you need to ask to the HR, or you need to ask the interview panel to connect you to someone who is potentially going to be your hiring manager. And this may not be possible always, but there's nothing wrong in trying. The reason is, if you talk to the hiring manager, you can have a detailed conversation. You need to ask things like, how long is this project going to be? Is it a short-term project or a long-term project, or is it operations which is ongoing, right? So you need to find out those details. Then you need to ask about time zone. In which time zone are you supposed to work, right? Is it regular 9 to 6, or whether it is a shift model, whether it requires support in the night and things like that. So that is something you should clarify. Another thing that you should clarify is about rotations, right? What are the policies in the company which allow you to move from one project to another? Say if your current assignment gets over, then how do you switch to another assignment? Is there an interview process or a written test? What are the things that are involved? Then you need to also ask about your individual development, right? What are the trainings or facilities available within the company which will help you learn new skills or grow your current skills and help you in your own professional development. Then when you're talking to the HR, you need to clarify what are the policies in the company for promotions. How will you grow in the company? So let's assume that you have clarified your particular role with the hiring manager in terms of what are your day-to-day duties going to be, but you need to talk to the HR and clarify the growth path, right? What are the policies in the company in terms of promotion? How do the promotions happen? Whether they have a policy like, you need to spend X number of years on one particular level and prove yourself before you go to the next level. Whether you have a written test or an interview, okay, or a panel discussion. What are the policies in the company to grow, and how people get promoted from one level to another? Is that the only process, or is there a fast track process for top performers? Right? All those questions you need to ask and clarify before you join, and all this needs to happen in the interview process itself. Next important thing is the history of the company in terms of laying off people. So you need to find out from the internet how this company has been in terms of laying off people. Do they have good enough bench policy, right? Now different companies may have different bench policies, but 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, what are those number of days that you will get on the bench to find out another assignment if your project gets over. So all these things need to come out in that interview process itself. There are a lot of forums like Glassdoor and other sites where you can go and read about the feedback, but feedback in general may be biased. If somebody has had a very good experience about the company, they may write very good things. If somebody has had a bad experience, they may write only bad things. So the perspective may shift from one person to another if you just focus on the review or the comments given by the ex-employees. But the idea here is to ask as many detailed questions as possible in the interview process itself and talk to the right people, because if you get to talk to somebody with whom you are going to work directly, who is going to be your hiring manager or team lead or project manager, then it makes your life simple. But what happens today is most of us just treat the interview process as a one-way process where somebody comes and talks to us, asks us questions, we prove our ability and our skill, and that's it. We never ask detailed questions in turn, which we should and which we must. This only helps us make a very good choice. So let's say if you have 2 offers in your hand, and if you ask these detailed questions in the interview process, then you will be able to categorize which role is better suited for you, which company is better suited for you in terms of opportunities, growth, work environment, policies, etc. So this helps you make a better choice. This makes you select the better employer out of the 2 or 3, rather than only focusing on money or the CTC or the offer value as the only criteria. So I prepared this interview guide. It is a set of questions that you can ask to the interviewer in the interview process. This is meant to extract more and more information which will be helpful to you to make an informed decision. If you need this guide, you just need to subscribe to the channel. In the comments, mention your email address and say that you need this guide. I'll share this guide with you for free. And I'm sure it will be helpful to you. This was the whole intent of this video, to make you aware that you have the power and you have the ability to extract that information in the interview process itself. Okay, I hope you found this helpful, guys. Do let me know your comments, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done it already. I'll see you next week. Till then, take care. Bye for now.